With the Butt Kicker Gamer 2, what you see and what you hear is what you feel. Butt Kicker. The future is feeling.
The most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $400,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
Welcome back once again, race fans, here to the Turn 3 Racing Network. Tonight, the Wheels for Warriors USA Pro Cup Series fires things off for Chase Race number 1 here in season number 2. That's right, Texas No Limits Motor Speedway gonna host the opening round of the playoffs. 12 drivers with a chance to chase after that championship trophy. We'll be heading to Rockingham and Indianapolis Motor Speedway to round out the first round, the round of 12 here with the Wheels for Warriors USA Pro Cup Series. How you doing? How you feeling out there in TV Land, race fans? Glad you could all join us here tonight. As always, Dave in the Cave bringing you all the calls from the track side. Track temperature pretty cool here tonight, 75 degrees out. We've got relative humidity out there, 59%, 79 degree track temperature. And I think we're going to see some pretty quick laps with the track temperature being so low. I think as these drivers begin to put heat in the track, we may see those lap times fall off. Well, I mean, we had some fast times in qualifying, man. So, I mean, in happy hour, a lot of drivers running all over each other on the timing and speed charts. I tell you what, as a few of these drivers begin to turn in some time lapse, what do we say we throw that qualifying information up for you over there to the left-hand side of your screen right now? Quick time tonight belongs to David Rogerson in the 37 machine. He's got a 29.99. Bob Rogerson, how about the run by him? He's just about a 10th off right here, running a 30.03 is what it says. That is not a 10th off. We'll see if the timing and scoring needs to be a little bit fixed here. What do you say? We take a moment, make sure we get everything right for you. A lot of fast action here tonight. Going to be going down at Texas Motor Speedway. I mean, this is a track that it's a sub 30-second track for a mile and a half. That is absolutely moving. That is absolutely getting it. Looks like Dave Sanders, who made that playoff cutoff. He is the 12th driver in the championship grid. The 77 inside the top 5 right now in qualifying. He's going to run a 30.10 for his fast time. Trevor Ryan, Eric Moore, also out on track. And I believe we may have got that timing and scoring fixed up and figured out for you. Excuse me. There you go. That's a little bit more like it. A 29.92 is the fast time by Rogerson. Colby Tucker goes fourth with the speed charts. That's going to put Dave Sanders back to 5th. Jerry Isaacs in the Toyota Supra 51 machine. He's going to qualify 6th. A lot of drivers still yet to go tonight. Coleridge Finmore, Frank DiMaggio, Tom Richter, Christine, Andrew Caldwell, Crank Bell. Some of the heavy hitters still down there on pit road. Just about 4 minutes into tonight's qualifying session. So you got to ask yourself, what are these chase drivers going to be doing? We're going to get some timing and scoring updated throughout the week for you so you can better follow along with who is in that championship 12 and follow them as they chase after what may be their first championship. All the drivers highlighted in that turn 3 orange, well, those are the drivers that have been to victory lane. Those are drivers that are locked into the playoffs already, that will start in that championship grid. Trevor Ryan gonna go quick here tonight. How about that fast time tonight by the 18 of Trevor Ryan, a 29.83. New fast lap for qualifying, sitting on the provisional pole. Trevor Ryan trying to get the job done. Andrew Koska came in as your points leader. He hasn't been to victory lane, but he has been fast and consistent all year long, and he's going to try his hand at a championship here this season as well. Let's go ahead and throw up some official standings for you. What do you say we throw down some of that the points championship coming into tonight's race? There you can see those 12 drivers all highlighted. They've all got that 5,000 points. So all the way from Koska down to Bell, right there, going to be battling it out over the next 3 weeks to see who's going to have a chance to move on into the round of 8 and try to make their way to the championship race. We've got a lot of heavy hitters, so you never know what's going to happen. Look at the battle for the best of the rest back there. Paul Turner, Patrick Stein, Mike Stiverson, Dave Rogerson, all over each other right there. Just a few points. What is it? 2 points right there separating 16th from 13th. So a lot of points to be gained for the drivers in the championship hunt, and a lot of positions to be gained by drivers battling it out for the best of the rest. As well, I mean, it's I mean, they're out of the chase. So, I mean, yeah. We'll just end it there. Qualifying still underway. Track still pretty empty out there. We'll get rid of your championship standings coming into tonight's race. 10 race regular season. Fast as can be. These drivers week in, week out, very few cautions. If you're looking for a great league to try to join up with, link up with, and turn some fast times and enjoy your night at the racetrack, look no further than right here with Cyber Thunder Racing's Wheels for Warriors USA Pro Cup Series. Cyber Thunder can be found right there, facebook.com. You can find them right here on the world's #1 racing simulator, iRacing.com. Go ahead and put them in the search link over there on the league directory. Get a hold of one of these great admins and see if you can find yourself in maybe the big boy series here on Thursday nights, or maybe one of the feeder series running throughout the week. Multiple different series, multiple different platforms here with Cyber Thunder Racing. Tonight, it's going to be the Wheels for Warriors USA Pro Cup Series Chase Race #1 from Texas Motor Speedway. Now we're beginning to see more of those previous race winners hit the track. Looks like Coleridge Finmore out there on track. What do you say we get a little closer to Finmore? Follow him around the track on his qualifying efforts. What do you say? And here we go. New paint scheme out there tonight for Finmore, rocking the double energy drink machine. That's what we're just going to call him right there, the double energy drink machine. Got Rowdy Energy on the hood, Monster Energy on the quarter panels. All he needs is that Raise Energy, and he may be able to get to victory lane with all three heavy hitters in the energy drink world. Crossing the line. Finmore looking to improve. He's going to go with a 29.90 for his fast time here. Both qualifying laps laid down, and Finmore only goes third. Tom Richter, Frank DiMaggio, they're both out there on track. Let's jump on board with 95 of Frank DiMaggio. He's off of turn 4, coming across the line. First time lap. What's it going to be? Where's he going to shake out? Looks like he's going to go 14th with his first time lap. Crank Bell, Tom Richter still yet to put in their qualifying times, and we are just a minute and a half away from the checkered flag flying here on qualifying right now. Provisional pole belongs to Trevor Ryan with a fast time tonight, 29.83. Dean jumps to 4th, DiMaggio to 7th, Richter to 12th, Bell to 14th, Cole Gray up to 18th. And that looks like it's pretty much gonna do it for the qualifying session. Nobody else gonna be able to bump Trevor Ryan off of that provisional pole position. So we're gonna step away for just a brief commercial break, head trackside for the national anthem. Don't go anywhere, race fans. We'll be right back.
iRacing, you wanted the best, you got them 4 abreast. Often imitated, never duplicated. The greatest show on dirt, the World of Outlaws.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rackets regular, the bombs bursting
and back track side as drivers begin to get ready to roll. Here tonight, you can hear those bells in the background. It's time to run down tonight's official starting lineup for chase race number 1, right here for the Wheels 4 Warriors USA Pro Cup Series, starting inside row number 1, your pole sitter, the 18 of Trevor Ryan. Andrew Koska in the 47 going to line up just to his outside. Back in row 2 tonight, Jason Dalton and Chris Dean. Cole Ridge, Finmore, and Tom Richter back in row 3. Row number 4 tonight, the 37 of Dave Rogerson and the 95 of Frank DiMaggio. Dusty Martin gonna bring it into the 9th starting position, and rounding out your top 10, the 78 of Bob Rogerson. Cody Richardson, Colby Tucker back in row 6. Row 7 tonight, Craig Bell, Dave Sanders. The 9 of Brian Dorsey back in 15. 16 goes to Cole Gray. Row number 9, Patrick Stein and Jerry Isaacs back in row 10. Matt Contosh and Chris Wool. Paul Turner and Drew Caldwell in the 46, going to round out row 11. Row number 12 here tonight, the 99 of Justin Groves and Eric Anderson, Matt Contosh. And the rest of the field will round them out in pace car down and away, waiting for it. We're going to smash the gas, get ready to go. Here we go. Green flag flies. Everybody clean and clear, heading to turn 1. Nice and smooth, still double file all the way through the front of this field. Outbound back start of the race, man. Great job there by Trevor Ryan. He's going to get out in front, almost 3 wide for second. And these drivers all over each other already here tonight. Look at that big scrum of cars. Andrew Koska, the 47, he's going to drop 2 positions from where he started outside pole position here tonight. 47 heads backwards into that 4th position there. You can see Cole Ridge Finmore. He's trying to make his way up towards a podium spot. He's got 2 drivers in front of him. If he can get by them both, he'll find himself in that 3rd position and on the podium early here tonight. Tom Richter not too far off there. You can see that Cheerios hamburger helper machine getting the job done. Following in the tire tracks up, getting Frank DiMaggio fast here early as well. I tell you what, let's jump around the track because we've got small battles all over the place. Let's go back there. That was David Gameforth and Eric Moore going at it. That's 23rd and 24th on the speedway. Still battling with each other for position. There's 3 wide again down the back stretch and into turn 3. The 64 of Cody Richardson puts Crank Bell and Bob Rogerson in a little bit of a conundrum. Both of those drivers going to go to the top of the speedway, and Rogerson going to make his way around without Richardson going to make his way around without any real problems. Rogerson trying to get the job done now, trying to make a pass on Dusty Martin. Martin up 1 position from where he started tonight's race, so a lot of drivers moving forward, a few of them heading in the wrong direction, and Frank DiMaggio going to put in the fastest lap of the race last time around a 29.77. DiMaggio very fast. It looks like faster than a qualifying lap. That is... Still battling it out right here for a spot just outside of the top 5. Frank DiMaggio trying to make his way around. Excuse me, had to sneeze there, so had to beat the fight. Frank DiMaggio trying to make his way around a handful of drivers. Looks like the 18 of Trevor Ryan has had some trouble, a little bit of connection issues, and that's going to force him all the way back outside of the top 5. He now sits in the 7th position, back to Craig Bell running in 10th. So we've got a new race leader at the front. 2 race leaders, 1 lead change, no caution so far. Clean and green for the first 6 laps, opening tonight's 120 lap right here from Texas Motor Speedway. Taking a look now in Cody Richardson as he tries to make his way around Ryan. Jason Dalton, how about the job at the front of the field by Dalton? One of the last drivers to make it into the championship grid, the chase grid, and Dalton doing everything he can to capitalize on it, man. Running well here tonight in front of the field. We'll give the man some TV time. Check that out. Gotta love that orange on that machine. The Remington Chevy Camaro getting the job done here tonight. And Dalton, he's been kind of a sleeper all season long. Hasn't made a whole lot of noise, but he's been consistent week in, week out, and that's what gets you to championships. That's what gets you to that final round. You can be fast all season long, fast in a race or two during the chase, but if you don't have those consistent runs to back it up, you're going to be hard-pressed to make it to that final championship night. I hate to point it out, but this driver right here walked away with 8 wins last year. Coleridge Fenmore, 8 wins on the season last year, but did not make it out of the round of 12. Big trouble in the first round of the championship. So, yeah, tough little break for him. See if he can't turn around, get his season turned around this year. Maybe find a way out of the round of 12, out of this opening round. Side-by-side battle now. Christine Fenmore go at it. Your top 6 all-championship drivers right now. How about the cream rising to the top? Still got a long way to go. Over 100 laps. Oh, how about Koska? He's going to throw it down into turn 3. He said, you left the door open just enough. I'm coming through. Frank DiMaggio going to look to follow suit, as well as Tom Richter. You can see Richter trying to hang on that left rear quarter a little bit, give a little bit of drag to that 95. 3 different exit lines coming out of turn 2, now halfway down the backstretch, back to turn 3. Big run out of 2 for Richter on the outside. It's going to fall short just a little bit here. He's going to have to drop to the bottom of the speedway. Everybody now chases after Koska. Back around the field just a little bit, back inside of the top 10. Dusty Martin in the 35 machine trying to get that Shady Brook Chevy Camaro a little further up into the running order, sitting inside the top 10 now, running well here tonight so far, so we'll see if that continues the trend. How about the Chris Mint Coca-Cola machine? I like it. Justin Groves feeling festive, I guess. And he's going to put that Christmas Coca-Cola wrap on the car. Boy, that thing's kind of pretty. Let's get a little closer to you. What is that? Look at that. Nothing screams Christmas like the Coca-Cola polar bear. Just saying. Just saying. Don't hate me because I'm right. No, I'm just kidding. Back at the front of the field, though, new race leader to the point. Fast man at the front. That's going to be our third. Well, we'll get this right. Our third race leader. 3 lead changes so far here tonight. Frank DiMaggio has made his way up and around Christine and Andrew Koska. DiMaggio now moves to 3rd. Dean back to 4th. Andrew Koska rounds out here the top 5. Big battles going on back behind this field, just around the 15th position or so. Bob Rogerson, Cody Richardson, Dave Sanders, Cole Bray in the 88 machine. He's up 1 spot now. He's up to 15th. Big stack up off of the corner that time around. Everybody trying to drop to the bottom of the track. Cole Gray getting back in line. 88 going to drop to the bottom of the speedway just in front of Colby Tucker. Andrew Caldwell in the 46 going to drop a spot back to 18. Dusty Martin, David Rogerson gonna switch and swap the 8th position a handful of times. Tight battles all over the track, really. Just just about too many to keep track of at this point in time. We thought we may see a little bit of a stretch out. We thought we may have seen drivers begin to fan out over the course of a green flag run. We're 17 laps deep into the initial green flag run here tonight from Texas Motor Speedway for the Wheels for Warriors USA Pro Cup Series chase race number 1, and drivers still all over each other, still all over each other's rear deck lids all the way through this field. We'll take a look back now, if we can, off of the tail end of Colby Tucker, that 96 there. You can see him. He's got a handful of drivers behind him. Looks like a hornet's nest out there in front of Tucker. Another driver with one of our onboard camera shots. Let's take a look off the back end of Craig Bell. There you can see Bell just off in front of Dusty Martin to the outside. Bob Rogerson in the 78 Fast Ford Mustang out there tonight sits in the 11th spot as Martin drops to 10th. Back outside the car, we'll bring in some more great camera shots throughout the night here from Texas Motor Speedway. And I'm thinking this is going to be a quick one, folks. I'm thinking these drivers came to play here tonight. They came to lay it all out on the line. Those chase drivers absolutely dominating the front end of this field. Your top 5 drivers, all chase contenders. Top 6 drivers, all chase contenders. Looking back, trying to see. It looks like we've got 2 drivers inside the championship 12 that are outside of the top 15. Andrew Caldwell, Colby Tucker, only 2 of those 12 not inside of the top 12. Dave Sanders, Cody Richardson right there, 12th and 13th on the track. A lot of crazy good action all over the track here. Crazy good action week in, week out right here with the Wheels for Warriors USA Pro Cup Series. And I tell you what, race fans, if you haven't already, scroll down in the description, click the link down there, go check out the Wheels for Warriors USA website. Great organization. Couldn't think of a better title sponsor here for this series or to work with, period. Wheels for Warriors USA, helping vets 2 wheels at a time. That's right, you heard it right, 2 wheels at a time. Wheels for Warriors USA, located in Lincoln, Nebraska, so they're able to get across the country to visit multiple different at-risk veterans. If you know the veteran mortality right here, it's not something that we're very proud of. 22 veterans today take their lives, and that is 22 too many if you ask me or anybody here at the Turn 3 Racing Network. And Wheels for Warriors USA reaching out, sponsoring these at-risk veterans, giving them some guidance, some mentorship, that sense of brotherhood that so many of them miss once they exit the military life and welcome back the civilian world. So many of them kind of get lost in that mix, and able to help mentor, guide them along through the way, get them back involved with a handful of groups, give them some riding lessons, and at the end of their program, Wheels for Warriors USA donates a motorcycle to that sponsored veteran. And how cool is that, to put a veteran that have served our great country so well with a motorcycle so he can have some fun with his brothers out there on the road. And if you've ever ridden a motorcycle, you know what I mean. So can't think of a better organization to back and work with, especially when it comes to sponsoring the great men and women that have given so much to secure our freedom so we can do what we do right here on the Turn 3 Racing Network with iRacing.com in the Cyber Thunder Racing League, so you can watch the Wheels for Warriors USA Pro Cup Series. Like we said, scroll down in the description, click that link, and head on over there. That's Wheels for Warriors USA, www.w4wusa.org. Meanwhile, back at the front of the field, Jason Dalton goes back to the point. The 22 was able to get himself back by Coleridge Finmore a little bit earlier on in this lap. Let's jump back to the big group of cars up here battling. Look at this. It's a 5-car train at the front of the field, all battling for the race lead. You got Dalton and Finmore on the outside. Here comes Christine with a little bit of help from a friend. The 34 of Tom Richter moves to the bottom of the racetrack. He's going to follow through, and now Finmore's dropping. These top 5 drivers have opened up a 1.5 second gap over Andrew Koska and Frank Bell, the 47 and 14. They're going to have to work together because they are all alone. They have about a 1 second gap to David Rogerson, who's battling heavy with Trevor Ryan and Dusty Martin for the 10th position. Bob Rogerson in that 78 just outside of your top 10, so keep your eye on that fast forward. Chevy dominated field at the front. Your top 9 drivers, all with the bow ties, looking classy out there tonight. Dalton continues to lead. Dean at the top. Finmore once more. 3 wide for second. 3 wide in turn number 3. They're going to sort things out. Finmore had a look and he wanted more. He drove it down in their car. Didn't quite stick enough for him to take those positions away. He'll stay side by side now with the 95 of Frank DiMaggio through 1 and 2. Out of turn 2, coming right at your right to your screen. They head down the backstretch into turn 3 and 4. 3 wide once again. Finmore, Richter, DiMaggio continue to go at it. Coming back towards the stripe, they'll sort it out for just a brief moment. They head back into turn number 1. Car sing around this 1.5 mile track. The sun setting, the lights getting brighter. It's about to go down. Who's gonna Texas two-step their way to victory lane here tonight? I'm telling you, it's gonna be a crazy battle when the track gets in full moonlight, I guess is what you would call it, when we get completely dark here with just the lights on the racetrack. Look for these drivers to find a little bit more grip. Look for the racing action to pick up as we continue throughout the night. 32 laps into tonight's opening run so far. No caution flag. Clean and green since the drop of the green flag. And we've got to start thinking about those green flag pit stops. That's right, green flag pit stops looming right here, just about a quarter of the way through tonight's race. Already very fast-paced race here tonight for all 26 drivers that started tonight's race. And unfortunately, a little bit of house cleaning is in order already. 26 drivers onto the starting grid here tonight. We are down to just 25 drivers left out there on the track. Looks like Dave Gainforth has had some trouble. The 101 has to pull to the garage, and he's going to continue to fall laps behind. Meanwhile, DiMaggio makes his way around Richter. That's going to move him to the 3rd position. Finmore trying to get around Frank Bell. Bell doing all he can to keep that Air Force 14 up in the mix and relevant here tonight. Bell going to victory lane for the first time this season last week. At the tricky Triangle Pocono Raceway, Bell was able to capture the flag and secure his position in the championship grid. Heck of a job, heck of a turnaround. We talked to him briefly about that at the end of the race in victory lane in the post-race interviews from a year ago. About this time, Frank was forced to be on the sidelines and miss a handful of races due to COVID. Had some up and down moments throughout that battle and fight, but that warrior right there, he kicked its headed back to recovery, back to the track as soon as he could. And Finmore looking for redemption this year. Crank Bell looking for a resurgence. So we've got multiple drivers here in this championship grid that are looking for a complete opposite of how it went down and how things happened last season. We'll have to see how those two drivers handle this championship run right now. Nobody handling Jason Dalton. He's got them all in check. The 22 stepped out now to almost a half a second advantage over second place Chris Dean. Frank DiMaggio still in third. Finmore and Richter go back at it side by side, coming to the line. We'll have to see. Does that help with the audio levels? Hopefully it does. Hopefully it's not too bad the opposite direction now. We do appreciate you checking in out there in the chat, letting us know the audio a little bit off here tonight at Texas Motor Speedway. And if you know Texas, you know everything's bigger in Texas, so the sound's got to be bigger, the looks got to be better. I mean, look at the TV on the backstretch. Big Hoss out there, biggest outdoor TV in the country. I mean, when you're in Texas, you got to do it big. Gonna jump around the track just a little bit, see if we can bring you some more of the action out there. Chris Wold battling on the track with Eric Moore. There's the 5 machine back a little bit behind a big group of cars here. That includes Justin Groves, Andrew Caldwell, Dusty Martin, still sitting outside of the top 10. He's sitting in that 11th position, down 2 spots from where he started tonight's race. David Rogerson, Bob Rogerson, 37, 78. They're right there up in the mix. How about the 18 of Trevor Ryan? He was your pole sitter here tonight, and he has dropped not only outside of the top 5, but out of the top 10, almost now back outside of the top 15, and 3 wide for a moment once again. Green flag pit stops now underway. We've got multiple drivers down pit road. Patrick Stein, David Sanders, Brian Dorsey, Colby Tucker, Cody Richardson, Andrew Koska all to pit road this time around. What do the drivers at the front of the field do? We'll jump back up front here in just a moment. We're going to stay with this battle between Cole Gray, Dusty Martin just off in front of them, leading Gray and Ryan. Eric Moore up in the mix as well. Almost contact. Jerry Isaacs, Bob Rogerson, David Rogerson, all to pit road this time around, looking through the timing and scoring, keeping our eye down there on pit lane, and it looks like one driver may have been popped by the pit road police. Matt Kontosh in the 80 in his box for quite some time. Nice pit stops by the rest of the field, just about 14 and a half seconds on the stopwatch for the pit crew to get the job done. Andrew Caldwell, now Justin Groves and Chris Wold all pull to pit lane. We'll keep our eye right here with the front of the field, see how these drivers maintain the fuel mileage race. Because fuel mileage and tires pretty much go hand in hand. If you can stretch, well, and there goes Dalton. Dalton going to pull the pit road. We heard a little bit of trouble. Dalton, Richter, Finmore, Dean all come to pit road. That's going to put DiMaggio at the front of the field for the first time. 4th, 5th. Lead change amongst 4 different drivers so far here tonight. No caution flags to speak of. We are knocking on the door of the halfway point already here tonight from Texas Motor Speedway. Frank DiMaggio now leads Crank Bell by 1.6 seconds. Green flag pit cycle well underway here tonight. Do have a mix of drivers on and off pit road. First time the drivers came down was right around lap number 40. We've got drivers stacked up at about lap number 43. Working around the track right now, we follow race leader Frank DiMaggio, lap 45 out of the 120 scheduled here in tonight's official race distance. And DiMaggio gets on the gears, on the brakes. Nice entry to pit road. Crank Bell with a great entry to pit road as well. He was actually able to gain some time coming to pit road on race leader Frank DiMaggio. But how about this? Looky here. A driver that made it into the championship chase without a race win pointed his way in. He may have okey-doked the field here. Andrew Koska coming to pit road 6 laps ago on lap number 40. And it looks like he's going to walk away with the eventual race lead. And that's going to give us our 5th different race leader with 6 lead changes so far here tonight. We have been clean and green all night long. And oh no, Tom Richter back onto pit road. Looks like the 34 may have got popped. Andrew Koska opening up a 2-second advantage over David Rogerson. Jason Dalton, who gave up the race lead when he came to pit road. He's going to cycle through this green flag pit stop back into the 3rd position. Coleridge Fenimore now 5th, and Frank DiMaggio rounds out your top 5. What a run by these drivers already, man. I'm telling you, these guys not playing around at all. They are absolutely on it here tonight under the lights at Texas Motor Speedway. Small battles throughout the track after the first set of green flag pit stops. There you see Tom Richter. Big trouble for Richter. Multiple laps down. 2 laps down now, running in 25th. This is not how you want to start a championship run. You've got Rockingham to deal with next week, and then Indy. That's right, the Brickyard gonna round out the races in the round of 12 here for season number 2 with the Wheels for Warriors USA Pro Cup Series. And if you fall behind early, it's probably not gonna be a good thing. There you see Jason Dalton going around David Rogerson. Coleridge Fenimore going to look to the bottom of the speedway, make his way around the Boston Bruins 37 Chevy Camaro, piloted by Rogerson. Now back to the battle with Paul Turner and Dusty Martin. There's the 18 of Trevor Ryan. Your pole sitter struggling for race pace, man. He has dropped like a rock, down 17 positions from where he started tonight's race, and that's tough. And we'll check back in with you over there on the chat. Make sure everything's better now. How's the audio? If you could let us know, give us a little word or two. Better, yes, no, something like that. I don't know. That'd be greatly appreciated. But nonetheless, we do appreciate each and every one of you stopping by, joining with us here tonight. If you haven't already, join that quest and push to 3,000 subscribers. Show these drivers some love and drop them that thumbs up. Click subscribe and smash that bell over there on the right-hand side. Get notified anytime we go live here on the Turn 3 Racing Network, whether it's myself, Dave in the Cave, or anybody else back at the Turn 3 headquarters. We do appreciate each and every one of you, each and every time you stop by. Big-time shout-out to our title sponsor of the season, Wheels for Warriors USA, helping vets 2 wheels at a time. You can find them at www.w4wusa.org. That's Wheels for Warriors USA. Meanwhile, drivers continue to battle for the top spot. Jason Dalton right there. Frank DiMaggio just off in front. Where did DiMaggio come from? He just kind of drove right on around without us really realizing it there. Frank DiMaggio with the freshest tires at the front of the field. Craig Bell also with tires back on lap number 45, so their tires much fresher than the drivers in front of them. And you can see now DiMaggio beginning to close in on Andrew Koska. He has already dealt with Jason Dalton and Coleridge Fenmore. How about the pace out of Craig Bell? He's 1.6 seconds back from Rogerson, but he is closing and closing fast. Let's jump around a little bit. There's Chris Wold right there in the Budweiser Select Machine getting the job done. Great run by him so far here tonight inside the top 15. Awesome. Thank you very much out there. Jam's so cool. Is that right? Jam's so cool. Am I reading that right? I have trouble reading, so no, I'm just Patrick Stein now looks to set sail on Dave Sanders. Sanders, one of those drivers that's going to have to try to turn things around. He did make it into the championship chase, the last driver in that 12-man chase grid. Sanders and the bad weather machine outside of the top 15. He's going to need to turn his night around. Dusty Martin's going to drop a handful of spots here tonight so far. He's going to drop into the 17th position. Pole sitter Trevor Ryan, man, this is almost heartbreaking for Ryan right now. He is all the way outside of the top 15, almost in the 20th spot. He's running in 18th as they go around the track right now, and it looks like we're about ready to run down the mid-race report. That's how fast these drivers are getting it done here tonight. 57 laps into the 120-lap main event right here from Texas Motor Speedway. Side by side now with Martin and Sanders. They're going to try to sort it out. Ryan right there behind them. We'll jump up to another battle on the track, because coming up through the field fast is Andrew Caldwell, the Sirius XM Toyota Supra, looking a little super charged. You see what I did? No, never mind. We'll leave it alone. And how about Tom Richter? Tough break for Tom Richter here tonight. Down 2 laps, and into the outside wall. Into the outside wall goes the 46. Andrew Caldwell into the outside wall. Heavy damage on the right side of the car. Oh, no. That's not going to be good. We'll jump back now with the 5 of Eric Moore. Looks like he's got one of those Christmas paint schemes. What do you say, cameraman? Can we get a little closer? Can we get an up-close shot there? There we go. Check that out. And I like it. If you know, you know. That's all I gotta say. I'm not gonna go into it right there, but how about that? The Miser Brothers Christmas. Eric, you're now my favorite driver. Crank, I love you, but you gotta run some stuff like this, man. I mean, how awesome is that paint scheme? I mean, that is ridiculous. Love it. Gonna jump back up to the front, though. Coleridge Fenmore has been able to get by Andrew Koska. Crank Bell now breaks into the top 4. He gets by Koska just off in the background. You can see Bell completing that pass. Everybody chasing after the 95 of Frank DiMaggio. DiMaggio trying to get it done, trying to see if he can't get himself to victory lane, and we are just past the halfway point. So what do you say, race fans? We go ahead and give you a little mid-race report. Let's jump up front with your driver highlights, spotlights, and rundown. Man at the front of the field, leading the race here tonight out of Windsor, Ontario, Canada. Frank DiMaggio getting the job done. looking to see how he goes through the rest of this championship chase. If it goes like tonight's going for him, look for him to possibly be the one to deal with in the season finale. Driver back in second. How about the job well done by Jason Dalton? Also one of your championship contenders making it in on points, and Dalton looking to have a great opening round here in the playoffs. Dalton runs in second. And as always, this man fast as ever, Coleridge Finmore in the double energy machine number 1. Rounding out the podium positions here tonight, Finmore looking to reverse last year's championship run and get out of the round of 12. Driver just behind him, he's sitting in 4th, but now it's going to take that 3rd spot away with a fair amount of ease. The Johnson City, Tennessee native, representing the K-Bar and Grill Colonial Riders, T-Rex Express, with the Special Forces painted on the side of the car. That 14 fast since he re-emerged back on the scene after kicking COVID's last year. Sidelined, making up for it now. Bell sits in 3rd. Last driver in the top 5, that's right, the 47 of Andrew Koska. He's also one of those championship contenders. He pointed himself into the championship chase grid as well, not having a race win so far this year. Can Koska figure out some strategy, work himself back to the front, and regain the race lead and walk away with the first checkered flag on the season for him and his crew? We're going to have a long way to go to find out, but drivers not playing around, putting down some fast laps. That's going to run down your top 5. Let's jump back to your biggest mover of the race now, Justin Groves, inside that Coca-Cola Christmas machine. I'm telling you, I told you earlier tonight, I got you. All right, I got you, James. Okay, all right. You know, I can see it now that it was said. Groves with a great run here tonight. Started outside of your top 20 all the way back in the 25th position. He's up 14 positions. He now runs in the 9th position. Everybody chasing Frank DiMaggio at the front of the field, though. He's got himself a 2.3 second race advantage. And I think you're going to have to pull an undercut. I think you're really going to have to pull an undercut, because it looks like this thing may last it on out. Looks like this thing may go green flag the entire night here tonight. It's got that look, it's got that feel. Drivers all over each other, but giving enough room, giving enough respect. And we have been clean and green for all 68 laps in the book, as we now put lap number 69 up on the scoring pylon. Everybody chasing DiMaggio. He's trying to get the job done. Tell you what, I think we've got one of the drone cams here tonight. Do we? Yes, we do. Let's go high above the track. Check out some of the action around the track from the Turn 3 drone cam. And now with this long green flag run, we're starting to see drivers fall off the lead lap. We're starting to see drivers go a lap or multiple laps down when hitting pit road. Looks like we've got a little bit of blink action out there by drivers. So let's jump up here to the 32 of Chris Wold. Haven't really spoke about Chris very much this season. Having a little bit of a rough go here in season number 2 for the Wheels for Warriors USA Pro Cup Series. But Wold, one of those drivers that you're guaranteed he's going to give it his all week in, week out, soldiering on throughout this season. And Wold breaks into the top 10. He now sits in 9th. Looking for some more battles on the track. We've got one right here beginning to develop How about Dave Sanders? He's trying to get one of his 2 laps back after coming to one of his 3 laps back after coming to pit road for his second time here tonight. Greg Bell was closing in on Finmore to take that 3rd spot away. But the fast, fresh tires of Sanders kind of hindering that moment for Bell. He'll have to regroup, reload, and try to run Finmore back down once again. This is your closest battle inside of the top 5 as we are reaching lap 75 here very shortly. I'm telling you, these guys on a blazing fast pace tonight. Let's go back, check in with your pole sitter. There you can see that 18 of Trevor Ryan. He's trying to close in on Cole Gray. Ryan has been struggling here tonight ever since about lap number 3. He has struggled with some pace. We'll have to go back, see if we can't see if anything took place inside of that 18. He has just been off pace here tonight ever since the drop of the green flag. Very quick in qualifying, but it did not translate to race pace. Ryan struggles meeting the sandwich between Gray and Moore. We'll go back to a battle up inside of the top 10. Justin Groves right there in that 99 Coca-Cola Christmas machine just off in front of the Budweiser Select 32 of Chris Wold. There's about 0.2 of a second separating those 2 drivers. That's 8th and 9th on the Speedway. Dusty Martin and Andrew Caldwell going at it. 10th and 11th on the Speedway. Martin now back up inside the top 10. And Craig Bell's going to get by Coleridge Finmore. Finally getting that pass done once again. Bell looking to set sail. Seeing if he can't run down Justin Dalton and Frank DiMaggio, who is absolutely checked out. We'll go back here, take a look once again. Caution! Caution on the Speedway. Oh no! Caution on the Speedway. Looks like trouble on the track for your pole sitter. 18 of Trevor Ryan goes around. Let's check the replay. We're not seeing if he got any help there. Tell you what, let's take one more look at it here from high above the track. See if we can't see it. No, we're not catching any contact. But that doesn't mean there wasn't any contact. So we'll jump back live once again. Front of the field, led by Frank DiMaggio. Catches up to the tail end of the pace car. Look for pit road to be a busy place for a handful of drivers. We were looming on that green flag pit stop area once again. So look for multiple drivers to come down pit road. Pit road should be a very busy place. And we're going to step away for just a brief commercial break. But don't worry, you won't miss anything from the track as we go cyber side by side.
We got big-time problems with that motor, buddy. Hey, just between you and me, the idea is to avoid the other cars. Congratulations! You just set the sport back 30 years with that move. That move will put you in the Hall of Shame. You keep doing stuff like that and we're going to lose our sponsor. Looks like that's it for us today. Now I know why you got canned by your old team. It's over. We can't fix that damage. Looks like your car is toast. You'll need a tow back to pit lane. Press and hold your reset button and we'll come and get you.
And we'll rejoin the track once again live as the field goes by. Some of the drivers that elected to stay out get themselves a wave around Eric Moore. One of those drivers, the 5 machine, gonna restart back in the 16th position. We'll jump back up front with your race leader, Frank DiMaggio, right here, ready to fire things off for just the second time here tonight. Only one caution flag, that coming out all the way right at about lap number 77. And man, it's just a short distance now to the end of tonight's race. Less than 40 laps remaining here in chase race number 1 for the Wheels 4 Warriors USA Pro Cup Series. Frank DiMaggio will line up on the inside for the restart. Control over the race, Jason Dalton to his outside. Crank Bell, Coleridge, Fenmore back in row 2, row 3 on the restart. Christine, Dave Rogerson. It's about to go down. Business definitely fixing to pick up, race fans. I'm telling you, it is about to get hot and heavy here from Texas. iRacing pace car ready to duck off field, ready to go into the hands of your race leader. Off of turn number 4 they come, heading right at you. Here you go, boss man in the flag stand, ready to wave that green flag once again. Down and away goes the pace car. Here we go. Green flag flies as DiMaggio nails the gas. Off they go, heading back down into turn number 1. Here goes the entire field. Everybody getting through the corner well. No stack-ups on the restart. Heading now through 1 and 2. Whoa, big moment there on the bottom of the racetrack. I believe that was Christine. Big wiggle on the racetrack. My goodness, that could have been a big moment. Crank Bell now into that second position. I told you, look out for Bell. He is on a mission. Jason Dalton, he's no slouch here tonight either at Texas Motor Speedway, just barely making it into the round of 12 and onto the chase grid, and he's trying to show his fellow drivers that, hey, don't sleep on this 22 machine. We're fast, we've got the pace, and I'm going to prove it here tonight under the lights at Texas Motor Speedway. Dalton has led a handful of laps, and he has run at the front of the field all night long. Started in the 3rd position, now running in 2nd. He's only dropped outside of the top 5 during the round of green flag pit stops. And with lap 84 on the board, with all of these drivers coming down to pit road on lap number 78 or lap 79 right before we took the green flag once again, you got to ask yourself, do they have enough fuel to make it to the end? It's going to be very close for a handful of drivers. Looks like Eric Moore and his crew not feeling like they're going to have enough fuel to get to the end. The 5 will head down pit road. Fastest lap of the night now belongs to Justin Groves. 29.76 turned in. That's going to best Frank DiMaggio's fastest lap of the night. The 99 Coca-Cola machine just inside of Chris Wold. You can see him just off in the background. He's got Dusty Martin and Dave Rogerson right behind him. 8th and 9th on the speedway, battling it out for position. Groves quick here tonight. Groves is your biggest mover, up 16 positions from where he started. Chris Wold in the 32 Budweiser Select machine. He's up 14 positions. He sits in 6th. I do not know. I would have to check out that timing and scoring. Let me go check that out for you here over on the side of things. I check, maybe possibly check the settings that you have the race being shown on. Should be 7:20 here tonight from Texas Motor Speedway. That may clear things up for you a little bit. Pretty clean and clear over here on the screen in the background, so I'm not quite sure. We do apologize if some of that is blurry for you, but maybe, as we said, check out some of the settings on the screen. You may be trying to force it into a resolution that it's not being broadcast in. That can always have some issues and cause some problems, but not having any issues or problems right now. Leading this field, Frank DiMaggio in that 95. Still has Jason Dalton right behind him. Coleridge Fenmore still fast here tonight. Rounding out your podium positions, Chris Dean right where he started tonight's race in that 4th position. And we've got, it looks like about a 6-car breakaway as Justin Groves has fell to the wayside. He's going to run on the track in that 7th position, just about 1.7 seconds back from Chris Wold, who is slowly trying to reel this lead back in. Justin Groves losing a little bit of pace here after setting that fast time of the night. He's going to fall into the clutches of a handful of hungry drivers. Battle for that 10th and final spot inside the top 10. Bob Rogerson and Cole Gray going at it. David Rogerson in the 37 Boston Bruins machine, not too far off in front of them. So look for this battle to continue as Brian Dorsey and Andrew Caldwell going at it. Andrew Koska. What happened to Koska? A tale of 2 races for the 47 machine. He was up inside the top 5 for the majority of the race night, and now he finds himself outside of the top 10, sitting in the 14th position. And how about chase contender Tom Richter? He came into tonight's race feeling good about his championship hopes, feeling good about the round of 12, feeling good about the round of 8. And Richter, with some trouble coming down to pit road under the green flag race conditions, that put him back onto pit lane with a pit road penalty. And Richter has struggled to climb out of the hole when it comes to the lap count, sitting 3 laps down here tonight. Tom Richter runs in 24th. We'll jump around the track once again just a little bit, trying to bring you some more of the action and pace around the track. There's the 96 of Colby Tucker. He's sitting in the 18th position. We'll jump back to the battle with Andrew Caldwell and Brian Dorsey. There you can see Koska just back behind them. Eric Anderson in 43 machine running well here tonight in the Wheels for Warriors USA sponsored 43 machine. Cole Gray with a solid night as well. He's knocking on the door of a top 10, sitting in that 11th position for the time being, hounding the 78 of Rogerson. A little bit of damage on the rear deck lid of that 78 as both of those drivers now make their way to David Rogerson running in that 37 Boston Bruins machine. Dusty Martin with a great run so far. He's up into the 8th position. Chris Dean able to take the 3rd spot away from Coleridge Finmore. They'll battle for that spot for a handful of laps. Let's jump to that battle up near the front of the field. And just like that, less than 25 laps to go when DiMaggio crosses the line this time around. What a fast, frantic pace here tonight to open up the championships rounds. That's right, the round of 12 underway right here at Texas Motor Speedway for the Wheels for Warriors USA Pro Cup Series Chase Race number 1. No clear-cut advantage for any of these drivers, really. It looks like Clean Air really king. Clean Air really a factor here tonight. A lot of drivers, once they've been able to get that top spot, they're able to keep it for quite some time. You see the runs develop from drivers behind them. You'll see Coleridge Finmore. He dropped 2 spots. And he'll slowly make his way back up there, falling into the clutches right now of Crank Bell. But Christopher Dean, you see him surging forward now to Jason Dalton. Dalton slowly starting to reel back in DiMaggio. And with just... there you go, Terry. Awesome. Glad that worked for you. We knew that there's, sometimes... things like to force or different resolutions, and sometimes that's what it takes in order to fix that problem. But we do appreciate you bringing that to our attention, just in case it was something over here on our end. We could have tried to fix it for you guys, but glad everything's working well for everybody out there. Once again, just keep that in mind next week when we hit the track at Rockingham. Check that out, make sure that's all in order so you don't have to deal with any of that blurriness throughout the course of the race evening. The driver's not seeing blurry or double, but we're seeing the double deuce sit right there in second. We got another 2 right behind him. Chris Dean rounding out your podium spots here tonight. Close battle between your top 5 contenders on the track. Under 1 second, or I should say now just barely over 1 second, separating first all the way back to 5th. 1 second separating Crank Bell from Chris Wold, another 1.5 seconds back from Wold to Groves. Then the gaps begin to grow just a little bit from Groves to Martin. And then a tough little hornet's nest of cars there. Dusty Martin battling with David Rogerson, Cole Gray, Bob Rogerson involved, as well as Cody, as well as Andrew Caldwell and Brian Dorsey. Koska right there in the mix as well. Cole Gray just now getting by Bob Rogerson for the 10th position on the track. So look for multiple different position changes here very soon. And as we said, these drivers last to pit road back on lap 78. That was over 40 laps to go on the tire and fuel run. We think they might have enough fuel, but do they have the tires to keep the pace? Is anybody lurking in the background here? Is Finmore maybe playing a strategy game here? How about Crank Bell? You've seen him charge from about 7th place on the drop of the green flag when we had the restart on lap number 81. You've seen him charge and gain those 2 spots, but has since been very consistent on the lap times. We've been watching his lap times, and they haven't really fallen off nearly as much as the rest of the drivers in front of him. So maybe Bell conserving a little bit of tires for later on tonight. And you're starting to see a battle for that 2nd, 3rd, 4th position on the track now. The 22, the 2, and the 1 all going at it. Dalton, Dean, Finmore. Who's going to get the job done? Who's going to walk away with a podium? And the more these drivers battle, the more that 95 is going to love what he sees in his rear view, because he's starting to step away. 3/4 of a second race advantage now for DiMaggio. Let's jump back a little bit. What do you say we go back to this battle? Once again, Dusty Martin, David Rogerson, they have been going at it lap after lap for about 10 to 12 laps now. These two drivers can't decide who's going to run 8th and who's going to run 9th. Cole Gray in the 88, he likes what he sees in his windshield. He wants them drivers to continue to battle because he's slowly beginning to reel them in, and he may be able to turn in better than a 10th place here tonight if those drivers continue to run the way they are. Justin Groves now sits in 7th. Chris Wold still in 6th. Top 5 still remain the same. Nobody moving around at all. We've got those battles still continuing back a little further through the field, just inside of your top 15. How about this one between Brian Dorsey and Andrew Koska? The 96 of Colby Tucker going to make his way around. I believe that is Eric Anderson in the 43. Yes, it is Eric Anderson in the 43, and Koska slow on the track. Look at that beautiful turn 3 arch. Wheels for Warriors USA sponsored Chevy Camaro out there, piloted by Eric Anderson. Big shout out, my man. That thing is beautiful under the lights. And well, you know the trend, feeling cute, might park it in victory lane. The 95 of Frank DiMaggio, half a second race advantage over Justin Dalton. Less than 15 laps remaining here tonight. Only one caution flag. What a run here tonight. And I tell you what, let's go ahead and do a little bit of house cleaning towards the end of tonight's race. We started tonight's chase race number 1 here in the Wheels for Warriors USA season number 2 championship chase. We are left with just 24 drivers on the track with only 16 left on the lead lap. Only one caution here tonight. We've had 6 lead changes amongst 5 different drivers here tonight. Will we see any more lead changes? Will we see any more caution flags? DiMaggio stepping away. Dean slowly closing in on Dalton for second. Finmore starting to fade to the wayside. Back in 4th, Crank Bell holding true to that 5th position for the time being. I tell you what, let's jump around a little bit, see if we can't bring some more battles to you here. Cole Gray, David Rogerson, they continue to go at it. Dusty Martin still in that battle with those two drivers. We'll jump back up with the front of the field for just a brief moment because the 22 had a big slide out of turn 2. That allowed Chris Dean to close right back in for the moment. And as we are closing in on the final 10 laps of tonight's race, if you haven't already out there, race fan, join us in that quest to 3,000. Drop these drivers a thumbs up, click subscribe, and smash that bell over there on the right-hand side. Get notified anytime we go live here on the Turn 3 Racing Network, whether it's myself, Dave in the Cave, or anybody else back at the Turn 3 headquarters. We do appreciate each and every one of you, each and every time you stop by. Without you, there would be no us. Without great leagues like Cyber Thunder partnering with great organizations like Wheels for Warriors USA, we wouldn't have a product to bring you. So big shout out to both the Cyber Thunder Racing League admins and owners, as well as one of the greatest veteran organizations out there across the country, Wheels for Warriors USA, helping vets 2 wheels at a time. You can scroll down in the description, find the link right there to take you right on over to their website. You can find out what they're all about. If you're looking to donate, help them out a little bit, there's areas on the webpage that you can find out the information. They take any and everything that you're willing to give, and I can't think of a better organization to give to than the Wheels for Warriors USA organization, helping vets 2 wheels at a time, helping our great men and women that have served our country. Again, big tip of the cap to everybody over there at the Wheels for Warriors USA organization for all they do, and we are blessed to have you as the title sponsor here for the Pro Cup Series. Back to the action on the track, though. Look at this tight little battle for the last spot inside the top 10. Bob Rogerson closed in on the 88 of Cole Gray for a moment. Now Gray slowly drives away. Dusty Martin still battling with David Rogerson. 37 has been pretty quick here tonight. Now sits in that 9th position. Gaps at the front of the field beginning to open up just a little bit. Nobody's got anything for DiMaggio for the time being. Half a second advantage over Jason Dalton. Dalton with about the same gap back to Christopher Dean. Dean and Finmore going to go at it. Craig Bell dropping to the wayside just a little bit. Almost about a second and a half. Almost 2 seconds that is now. You can see all the rubber all over the front end of that beautiful pearly white Special Warfare 14 machine getting the job done. I can't be, man, this is the guy. And I'm not trying to make anybody in the chat, man. Don't think that the how are you high five by the boss man in the flag stand last time around the track. Just 5 laps now remaining here from Texas Motor Speedway. Please nobody get mad, but I can't think of a better man, a better driver to win the championship this year than that man right there in the 14 machine after kicking COVID's last season, missing the majority of the racing, sidelined with COVID, to have a turnaround, make his way into the championship chase grid. I like that 14 to walk away with a championship trophy this year. That's my pick. You know, I'm sorry. Might be a popular pick in Tennessee. I don't know if anybody else is going to like it. But back at the front, let's take a look once again at the drivers battling it out for those podium positions. Justin Dalton right there in the double deuce sits in second. Christopher Dean back in the 3rd position, rounding out your podium spots. Finmore starting to lose ground now in that Rowdy Energy, Monster Energy sponsored number 1. That's right, it's double energy drink Thursday night right here with Coleridge, Finmore, and I'm not sure. They say that some of those energy drinks give you a little bit of a crash, and well, he hasn't crashed, but the pace going the opposite direction. Popsicle sticks now on display. What a race. We are already down to the final 2 laps of tonight's race. Frank DiMaggio leads them off of 2 down the backstretch. Half a second separates him from the field. White flag, final lap here from Texas Motor Speedway. Frank DiMaggio has 4 more corners to get the job done. Can he navigate and get through any of the back markers? We're not seeing any lap traffic out in front, so it's going to be smooth sailing for DiMaggio. He's only got 2 more corners and down into turn 3 for the final time. The 95 looks to make his way off of turn 4, heading to the start-finish line. The boss man drops the white flag, checkered flag out. Race winner, Frank DiMaggio, gonna cross the line just in front of Jason Dalton. Christopher Dean comes home in 3rd, Finmore in 4th, and Bell round out your top 5. What a run, what a night of racing here from Texas Motor Speedway. Only 1 caution on the evening, all the way at lap 78. Over 3/4 of the race ran under green flag conditions. And how about the little show of support and love right there? Craig Bell giving him a little congratulatory bump to the tail end of that 95. Looks like Cole Gray going to come show his appreciation and job well done as well to DiMaggio. Heck of a night, heck of a run by multiple drivers out there tonight. And it looks like we may be in store for a little smoke show. DiMaggio going to move to the front stretch, gas it up, whip it around, watch him throw it. Oh, don't hit the wall. There he goes, getting the tires smoking now, giving the fans in the stands. Packed house here tonight at Texas Motor Speedway. let's step away for just a brief moment, get things set up for your post-race interviews. Don't go anywhere, race fans. We'll be right back. Live at the track side, and you can see the running order over there to the left hand side of your screen. We'll go ahead and remove that graphic for you, trying to catch up with some of your podium finishers here tonight. What do you say we give them their credit here tonight? Let's see who we can catch up with first. Let's see if we can grab Christopher Dean for a brief moment. Let's see if we can dial up the driver that walked away in third here tonight. Chris, it's Dave in the booth. You got a copy? Hey, bud, how you doing? How you feeling after walking away with a solid podium here tonight? I feel you. I think my jaw is sore and my tongue hurts. No, I'm just kidding. Long green flag run to open up tonight's race. After that first caution coming out way around, I want to say around lap 77 or so, did that change the mind frame and how you approached the last part of the race, or did you think we were going to get that long run to the end again?
Be trying a lot harder, but I really needed that caution because during I can't remember what exactly happened. I used my right front up, which caused me in the first run, which caused me to pit 3 laps earlier. So I was off cycle and on older tires. So that really put me back on the same cycle where it was more skill versus skill.
All right. Now, I hear you when it comes to that. You came into tonight's race right around the midway spots in the chase grid. I mean, everybody came into tonight's race that made the round of 12, even with 5,000 points. walking away with the podium. That's going to help you as far as the next week's point standings are concerned. But as we move forward to Rockingham and then to the Brickyard, how are you feeling about those final 2 races in the round of 12?
I feel great, honestly. Those are 2 of my best tracks. Rockingham's my favorite, and then Indy, like I said, is one of my best. So if I can keep it clean, I think qual up front, and just be patient, not get the wall. I mean, I'm feeling super confident.
Well, Chris, we hope we get to visit you in these post-race interviews here again in the round of 12, and we wish you the best moving forward throughout this championship run. So before we let you go and enjoy the night, would you like to give any shout-outs, thank yous, love yous?
Yeah, shout out to Wheels for Warriors and what they do for our veterans. Shout out to my sponsor if you want to check them out, go to Instagram at Red Sim Design. Shout out to my team, the admins, and you.
All right, my man. Well, I know the admins and race officials appreciate it. We always appreciate the love from you drivers out there. And Chris, it's been a pleasure, and we'll hope to catch up with you again next week.
All right, thank you, sir.
All right, there you go. Christine gonna try to ride the wave to another great finish next week when we head to Rockingham. That's gonna be a little bit of a challenge for multiple different drivers out there tonight. Let's see if we can't get a little closer to some of these podium drivers. Looks like we do got the cameraman down there. There you go. There's second place runner Jason Dalton. Let's see if we can't dial up that 22 machine. Jason, it's Dave in the booth. You got your ears on, bud?
Yes, sir.
Hey, my man. How you feeling after, I want to say, sneaking into the championship 12 and then showing out here tonight, walking away with a great finish?
Yeah, it feels good. Had a good run tonight. The track fits me real well with my driving style, so I enjoy this track. Looking forward to the next one.
Well, speaking of the next track on the list here in the round of 12, and for everybody really, not just the drivers chasing after that championship, we head to Rockingham. A little bit of an old school feel, a throwback, if you will. How are you feeling about Rockingham, or does it give you any worries at all?
No, it don't really bother me. I'm kind of an old school short track guy, so I ran a lot of races at Rockingham, although I've not run a whole lot in the Cup car. But I like the track, so I'll practice it, hopefully get adapted to the Cup car there and see what happens.
Well, we wish you the best. Hope you get some great practice times and some information for you and your crew, and you can back up tonight's podium finish with another great run when we hit the track next week. So with all that being said, Jason, before we let you go, would you like to give any shout-outs, thank yous, love yous, thank anybody back home or at the shop?
Yeah, all my friends and family and the guys at KJD2 that help us put this thing together and practice and stuff. I'd like to shout out to them, and my help here that's been helping me at my house. Special shout out to that person as well. So yeah, it's been great. So I appreciate it, man.
All right, my man Jason. Again, congratulations on the great podium run here tonight, and we'll see if we can catch up with you a little later on throughout this chase.
10-4, man. Thanks.
All right, there it is. Driver walking away in second. He's going to pull away and head to post-race inspection. And we're going to get the cameraman now to focus on the man of the hour, the big man, the top dog, ripping it down. He's going to have to pay for a little bit of grass, I think. But let's see if we can't grab race winner Frank DiMaggio. How you feeling after that one?
My eyes burn.
Well, I believe it was Chris, my jaw hurts, he's sweaty, your eyes burn, we might need a doctor.
Yeah, hopefully we got one in the league. I mean, I'm sweaty too, and my eyes hurt, and I'm getting old.
Well, getting old or not, walking away with a checkered flag never gets old. At any point in time in the race, did you see this coming? Did you see yourself getting to victory lane tonight?
Oh, not at all. The first run of the race, we just battled in traffic, and I was still learning. I wasn't doing something right, and I picked up a few things, and we were able to slowly weed our way through there and try and save some tires at the same time. And we finally got that green flag stop, and after the stop, I had about a 3-second lead, and I thought from there on out we had a pretty good shot. So
a pretty good shot as well. That caution flag coming out late in the race. You came down to pit road, topped off the fuel, got some tires. Did you think we were going to go green from there, or did you think you were going to have to hold the field off with a couple of restarts?
I was expecting a yellow, to be honest. Thankfully, we didn't get them, and I had the clean air, and that helped a lot. But with keeping Jason in the draft there, that's tough. I mean, just one mistake, and he's right on your bumper. So we had some luck. We had that green run, and it all worked out in the end.
Worked out in the end very well for you. That's going to pick up your second win on the season here to kick things off for the championship chase right here in the round of 12. So, Frank, again, congratulations on your race win here tonight. And as always, before we let you go and celebrate the night away, would you like to give any special thanks, shout-outs, love yous, anything like that?
I just want to say thanks to our title sponsor, Wheels for Warriors USA. Really appreciate what they do for us, and just a great cause. So if you haven't checked out their website already, hit it up. I just want to say thanks as well to everyone else in the league. A lot of respectful racing, courtesy, and everyone out there watching on the broadcast. Really appreciate everyone tuning in and cheering me on.
Absolutely. Well said, my man. Always a pleasure to catch up with you in these post-race interviews, and we'll look forward to seeing if we can't catch up with you again before this season's out.
All right, sounds good. Thanks.
All right, there you have it. The man of the moment, the man of the hour, walking away with the checkered flag inside that DuPont 95. That's Frank DiMaggio getting the job done. What a night, what a race here from Texas Motor Speedway. Couldn't have had a better way to start the championship chase here at Texas Motor Speedway than a one caution flag race. What a night. What a drive by all of these drivers. Man, I can't say it enough. These drivers, week in, week out, continue to impress. And you heard the man right there himself in the post-race interview, thanking each and every one of you race fans that join us week in, week out, right here for the Wheels for Warriors USA Pro Cup Series. So it's not just us at Turn 3 that appreciate you. These drivers notice it as well. And it does sound like producers hitting those familiar tunes in the background, running down your unofficial race results here tonight from Texas Motor Speedway in the Wheels for Warriors USA, a Pro Cup Series chase race number 1, walking away with the checkered flag, the 95 of Frank DiMaggio. Slotting home in second with a great finish here tonight, the 22 of Jason Dalton. Chris Dean gonna walk away third. Fourth place tonight belongs to the one of Coleridge Finmore with Cranked Bell, rounding out your top 5. Justin Gross slots home in sixth, while Dusty Martin slides his 35 machine home to 7th place finish. David Ronderson right there in 8th, 9th place to Chris Wold. Cold Gray parks the 88 in the 10th position. 78 of Bob Ronderson back in the 11th, 12th place tonight belongs to Andrew Caldwell. Andrew Koska falls through the running order, recovers a little bit. He'll finish in 13th. 14th spot tonight to the 43 of Eric Anderson, and rounding out your top 15, the 9 of Brian Dorsey. Pole sitter Trevor Ryan struggled with race pace. He'll fall off the lead lap, finish back in 16th, 17th to Kobe Tucker, while Cody Richardson walks away in 18th. 19th tonight from Texas Motor Speedway in chase race number 1 for the Wheels for Warriors USA season number 2 championship rundown, Eric Moore. Rounding out your top 20, the 80 of Matt Contosh, Patrick Stein right behind him, Tom Richter, chase contender, trouble here tonight. Richter walks away in 22nd. 23rd belongs to the 77 of David Sanders. 51 of Jerry Isaacs walks away from the track in 24th. 25th tonight, Paul Turner. The 101 of Dave Gainforth rounds out your running order. That's going to be it for us in the booth here tonight. We're going to begin to wind up the cords and wrap things up and get ready to head to Rockingham. It's going to be one heck of a night down there at Rockingham Raceway. Mark it on your calendars, or better yet, join us in that quest of 3,000 subscribers. Show these drivers some love and appreciation. Drop that thumbs up, click subscribe, smash the bell over there on the right-hand side. Get notified anytime we go live here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. Whether it's myself, Dave in the Cave, or anybody else back at the Turn 3 headquarters, we do appreciate each and every one of you each and every time you slide through, whether you're just coming in to say hey, or you're one of the dedicated fans, friends, family, or maybe even one of the sponsors checking out the product. We do appreciate each and every one of you. And with that being said, stay safe, stay loved, my friends, and until next time, we'll meet you in Turn 3.